Hey guys, so today is Tuesday, April 29th when I'm filming this. And the reason why I'm telling you that is because on the last day of each month, I throw away anything that is expired. And I thought it might be fun to do something a little different today. I have 11 products on the table in front of me that are going to be thrown away tomorrow, which is the last day of the month for me. And then I have 7 products that are not going to be thrown away, but they are the oldest thing from each makeup category in my collection. So I thought it might be fun to use a lot of these things one last time before they get thrown out and tell you what I think about that particular item. And then the things that aren't being thrown out, they are, like I said, the oldest thing in that category, in each category, and I can tell you what I think about those too. So, like little mini reviews, we'll say. All right, so I'm going to hydrate my lips with the oldest thing I have from that category, which is the Vaseline Lip Therapy. And this is from Dollar Tree, and this is in the shade Rosy Lips. I like this. I like it a lot. At one time, I was using it every single day, but then I bought new things that I preferred. But it's good, and it's from Dollar Tree, so it was only $1.25. My lips are very dry right now. I've been trying so hard to drink more water. I have one of those fake Stanleys, and I fill that thing up and drink it every day, but it's still not enough. That's not the total amount of water that you should use for the day. You know what? Hold on. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. This is what I call my fake Stanley because I got this at Dollar Tree for $5, and I just filled it up with water. So yeah, let's get a jump start on that for the day. Maybe if I start earlier in the day, my lips won't be dehydrated by tomorrow. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to use, oh, by the way, that Vaseline Lip Therapy is going to have to be thrown out tomorrow. And then for my primer, Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser. This is a very good primer, and it's also very inexpensive, and I would recommend it. And it's just a clear gel. And I'm just going to use my fingers with this. The reason why I use the brush to do the Milani primer is because it's quite thick and needs a little help that the brush provides. But yeah, this primer is definitely good. It gets the job done, and it is quite expensive. Getting harder to find though. I usually buy it at Target. Yeah, Target still has this. Not so easy to spot because, you know, when there's only one of something, it's not so easy to see on the shelf. Okay, now the oldest foundation I have would not go well with that primer. You have to be careful what primers you use with what foundations. The oldest foundation I have is my Covergirl one, but that's very hydrating, so I wouldn't put that on top of a hydrating primer. So this is my oldest foundation that is not super hydrating, although it is somewhat hydrating. It's the e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation, and my shade is 20 Light Cool. And this is perfect color for me. Perfect. Hey, excuse me. I'm not going to make the mistake I made yesterday. I'm going to shake this up because it has been a hot minute since I've used it. So let's put some of that. I don't like that it's in a squeeze bottle because it makes it hard to determine like how much product I need to squeeze out. So I'm going to guess like maybe that much. But But wait till you see what a perfect color match this is for me. Like when this is blended in, you can't even tell that I'm wearing foundation. I mean, look at that. That is a perfect match for me. And I have a hard time getting foundations that match me perfectly, but this one does. So thank you, e.l.f., for making a shade from somebody with my skin tone. Because not every company does. But yeah, when this is blended in, you cannot even tell that I'm wearing foundation. Part of it isn't just the color match, it's the formula. Okay, and I'm not going to put it on the eye area because of what I'm going to be using for an eye product today. I don't want any creasing or anything like that. So I guess I put the right amount of product because it looks pretty good coverage wise. Just keep blending until it looks like I should stop. All right, that was the right amount of foundation, so I guessed right on that. So that's not going to be thrown out tomorrow because it's not expired yet. Now the next thing I'm going to use is a corrector, and this will be expired tomorrow. It's my Catrice Under Eye Brightener Instant Awake in the shade Light Rose. And as you can see, this was well loved, but I switched back to my NYX at some point because it is my favorite. This is a Sephora concealer brush, so I'm going to put some of this under my eyes. So this is pretty good. It's pretty good. But I still prefer the NYX. And the only way you can get this if you live in the United States is to order it off Amazon. But it's fairly inexpensive, so it is a good option if you don't want to use the NYX for some reason. Speaking of NYX, this concealer will be expired tomorrow. This is the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum in the shade Fair, and this is a very good concealer. Now, if I hadn't bought the Estee Lauder one, I would be repurchasing this. This is very nice, and it's in a pump. I should shake it up because, yeah, it's been sitting around. And a little goes a long way with this. It's very concentrated. So I'm just going to dot this towards the beginning here. Yeah, I hate to throw this out, but it is definitely expired. Okay, I'm going to blend this out like this, but then I'm going to take a small makeup sponge. Just because of the type of concealer this is, using a sponge will help. See how concentrated that is, or how pigmented it is, I should say. But yeah, that's good stuff. The Estee Lauder is expensive, but I like it a little bit better. But if you don't want to spend that much, because the Estee Lauder one is $38, which is a lot to spend for one product. But the NYX one is excellent. This is the best drugstore concealer I have ever tried, hands down. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take what's left on the brush and put that in my eye area to get it more of a normal skin color. And as you can see, that is probably going to be enough product to get that eye skin back to a color that's not pink. And it wouldn't hurt to use the makeup sponge for this area as well. Now I should have dampened this, but I was in a hurry and it worked out anyway, even though I didn't dampen it. And I couldn't tell you what brand this is or where I bought it because I don't use it that often because I haven't been using the NYX concealer lately. But you can sometimes find these at Dollar Tree or really any store that sells makeup, but I don't remember off the top of my head what this is. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of powder and put it around my mouth and my nose because that's where I need it these days for whatever reason. The oldest powder I own is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. And this is not going to be thrown away because it's not expired. So I'm just going to take a little bit, and because it's a loose powder, I am going to use a brush, which means I'm going to need to grab one. Actually, I'm not going to use a brush. I'm going to use a powder puff. So I'm just going to press that into the powder like that and just gently tap that around my mouth and then put some in the nose area. And that's all I need. The rest of my face will not need any. The best way of applying any kind of powder, pressed or loose, is with a puff. It just applies it perfectly. Highly recommend that. Okay, so to contour my face, my oldest bronzer is my L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Bronzer in the shade Fair. This is not expired, so this is not going to be thrown out. My favorite thing about bronzers or contours, what makes a good one for me, is it going to be easy to blend? And is the tone going to be cool enough that it isn't going to look crazy on my cool toned skin? So that's the two criteria that I use for my bronzers. Like, see, you can see like a little bit of brown there, so I know I need to keep blending. Okay, good. Now the oldest blush that I own, and this is going to be thrown out, is my Physicians Formula Strawberry Jam blush. It still smells okay, but yeah, this is old. This needs to be thrown out for sure. Grabbing my Essence blush brush, and we're just going to go tap, tap. because see those strawberries at the top? It picks up a little bit of that color if you're not careful. So it's just, you know, strawberry color like you would expect it to be. It's pretty. It's quite pigmented though. But yeah, it's okay. I don't think I would bother to repurchase it because I have so many blushes right now. Okay, for highlighter, this is expired, so this is going to go, but this is a nice highlighter. I really like it. The Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in Blossom Glow. Very nice highlighter. I think I'm going to use a brush today. I typically use my fingers, but I feel like using a brush today. This is a Moda brush, and I'm just going to tap my brush in that and just dust some of that on the top of my cheekbones. And this is like a peachy champagne color or a pinky peach. Very, very nice. My favorite highlighter by Wet n Wild that is not from a limited edition collection. Okay, the next thing is going to be a regular eyeshadow primer, and this is definitely expired, so this is going to be tossed tomorrow. Essence Prime Like a Boss eyeshadow primer. It's in a squeeze tube, which is nice. Some things I like being in a squeeze tube and some things I don't. So we're just going to put that in the eye area, and I put enough on my finger to do both eyes. And the reason why I'm even using this is I'm going to use not one, but two cream products on my eyes. So I don't want any creasing or migration. Okay, that should be plenty for both eyes. Now I'm going to do the product that I'm going to use in the crease and outer part of my eye. Should I do that first? I can never decide which one I want to do first. No, let's do the lid shade first. Colourpop Supershock in Obvi. Gorgeous, gorgeous eyeshadow. I love the Colourpop Supershock shadows, and I keep meaning to get more colors, and for whatever reason, I don't do it. Probably because I had a bad experience once where I bought one and I got home and opened it up and somebody had stuck their finger in there. And you can sanitize your makeup, but it still grossed me out that somebody did that. So that makes me think that if I'm going to get Super Shock shadows, I should probably just order them directly from the Colourpop website, but then you have to order a certain amount to get the free shipping. So, you know, that's the deal with that. Okay, so isn't that pretty though? Oh my God, so pretty. Now my hands are clean. I haven't used this ring finger yet. So isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh. And I just knocked something on the floor. Oh great, where did it go? Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to put this on my lid. Oh, how pretty is that? Yeah. Colourpop Super Shock shadows are an affordable way to do like an ethereal glowy eyeshadow, because I don't think there's really anything on the market drugstore wise that can compete with this type of effect that you get. The only way I know of to get this sort of otherworldly finish is to buy something expensive like an Urban Decay Moondust shadow or something like that. Oh, so pretty. Let's do one eye at a time like I typically do just to save time. Okay, now in the crease and outer corner, I'm going to use a L'Oreal eyeshadow stick. It's called the Le Shadow Stick. And this is in the shade Brown Bliss, and this will be expired and will be tossed tomorrow, but these are nice as eyeshadow sticks go. It's just a brown. Gonna grab my small domed eyeshadow brush and pick some up on the brush. And the reason why I don't apply it straight from the tube is I feel like I have better control when I do it this way. So I'm going to put that in the outer part of my lid and the outer part of the crease, and then buff it in a little bit. Yeah, if I go right from the stick, it makes it very hard to blend it out, especially if you did your lid shade first, which is why I typically like to do the crease outer corner shade first. I don't know about these two colors together, guys, but I wanted to use my oldest products in every category. So, yeah, I don't think I would typically use this brown with this beautiful ethereal light green color. But I think if I blend it enough, I can get it to work. Blend, blend, blend. Yep, that saved it. Okay, thank you, blending brush. Okay. Now the eyeliner that I'm going to use is not expired because don't buy retractable eyeliners, you guys. They're a waste of money because you have to throw them away after a year. If you buy a sharpenable one like this one from Hard Candy in dark chocolate, all you have to do is grab your eyeliner sharpener and sharpen it. Wow, this sharpener probably needs to be thrown out too because that didn't do anything. Let's grab a different one. Fortunately, I have more than one. Okay. This was not a good one to grab because I can't see if any shavings came off that or not. It had like a cover on it. Wow, why isn't this sharpening? What is going on here, guys? I have a tendency to reach for the same ones all the time. And, hold on. See the shavings on that. Wow, I think I know what's going on here. I put a label on this that says dark chocolate, and I think the label is interfering with me sharpening the pencil, so I got to get that off of there. I'll be right back. Okay, so I had put a label that said dark chocolate, which is the color name, And then I put Scotch tape around it so it was too thick for the pencil to go into the sharpener. Yep, now it's sharpening fine. So anyways, if you buy pencils that can be sharpened, you can keep your eyeliner for an extended period of time. So I just sharpened it because that, when you sharpen it, that scrapes off any bacteria or anything that's on there. So it's like new again. Okay, so that is plenty. So we're keeping the eyeliner, even though it's older, it still should be fine. All right, I'm gonna shut off the camera, play catch up with the other eye, curl my lashes, apply my Covergirl Supercloud mascara because this is not expired, and we'll come back and talk about the next product. Okay, so the other eye is done. Now what I am going to do is take a little bit of that Wet n Wild highlighter and take a clean brush and pick some of that up and just dust that over my brow bone and the inner corners. And that completes the eye look, except for the brows. Now, as far as the brows go, this Profusion brow palette is my oldest brow product that I own, and it came in a limited edition holiday collection of some type. And it is excellent, and I used this exclusively for a long time before I started using the NYX brow product. But the issue with this is this cream is older than what it should be. However, the powder products would still technically be good. So can I use just the powder products? It works better with the cream, but the cream is older than what I would feel comfortable using. So I'm going to try to just get away with using the brow products. Now, from what I remember, this one is taupe, this one is soft brown. What I used to do when I used this was do a combination of the two. So let's just try doing one eye. I'm not going to make you sit through two eyes, but let's see if I can get away with using just the brow products. So always start at the beginning and then work my way outward, and then flip it to the spoolie. Yeah, I think I can. It's a little dark. If you use the wax with it, it blends better and you don't pick up as much product. But yeah, I'm not comfortable using that that wax because that is old. The powders are still within, you know, safe time span. Well, I wasn't going to do both, but it looks like I did. Okay, a little more there. Okay, good. So I can keep this because the powders are still within acceptable limits time-wise. So I'll think about it. Okay, so my oldest lip liner, this is going to have to be thrown out because it's a retractable lip liner, which is why I try not to buy these, but sometimes I have to because I can't find a sharpenable lip liner in certain colors. This is a Maybelline Colorsensational Shaping Lip Liner in the shade Magnetic Mauve. And I do have lip liners that are not retractable in this color, so it's okay to throw this out. Still creamy, still applying beautiful. So that's the color. And you know what? I should have filled in my lips because of what I'm going to use over it. So let's take that back out again. Okay. This kills me to throw this away because I really like it. It's the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Petal. Isn't that gorgeous? Can you see like the shimmer in there? This is such a nice lip gloss, but I don't keep my cream products more than a year. I just don't feel comfortable doing that. It's just not safe. And I love the smell of these. It's like brown sugar in a baked good. Look at that color though. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my God. Now my oldest setting spray is the Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray by e.l.f, but it's going to be 80 degrees and humid today. So this is a dewy setting spray, so you don't want that on a humid or super hot day. A matte setting spray would be okay, but I'm not going to do a setting spray today, but that's my oldest setting spray. It's not expired though, so I'm not throwing that out. Let me fix my hair, pop on some jewelry so you can see the finished look. I'll be right back. Okay, so that is the finished look, and I just wanted to mention, I can't believe Forever 21 is going out of business because this shirt that I have on is from Forever 21, and then this necklace is too, the earrings I made. But yeah, that's so sad. That's like the end of an era, guys. So I like the way this makeup turned out, and it's going to be sad to see some of these products get thrown in the trash tomorrow. But a year for cream and liquid products can go by just like that. It seems like I just bought some of these things and now have to say goodbye to them. So I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching and subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Bye.